Why hello everyone, Old Man Cam here back to review another video game that I played in 2019, and today, the game that I would like to talk about is Guacamelee 2. Guacamelee 2 is the sequel to the action beat-em-up platformer slash Metroidvania Guacamelee. Guacamelee 2 came out 5 years after its indie predecessor, and it's basically more Guacamelee. It's a very fantastic game. Everything that you get from the original Guacamelee, including the gorgeous stylized visuals, the brilliant homage music, and the great platforming and fighting, it's all here. Instead of really talking about this game in particular, today I would actually like to talk about something a little bit different. This is not the only sequel and predecessor combo in Guacamelee and Guacamelee 2 that I played this year. I would like to compare it specifically to another sequel and predecessor game that I played this year in Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3. It's really strange because when you look at Borderlands 2 and 3, you compare them side by side almost as if they're competitors against each other. Meanwhile, Guacamelee 1 and 2, I think, are in a different class because I think they're a companion to each other. Whether that is because they are an indie game and Borderlands is more of a fan favorite, a game that lots of people love and want improvement and better things from. I think that might be one of the major things, but I just want to talk about that for a second. I thought heavily about which one in Borderlands 2 or 3 would get a better review score from me. But with Guacamelee 1 and 2, I think, again, they're an extension of the same game. Now, Guacamelee 2 literally picks up where the first one left off. So if you don't want spoilers for your game, I do recommend playing the first and then the second. Otherwise, gameplay, they're pretty similar. There are change-ups on the enemy varieties so that they're not all completely samey, but the platforming, the difficulty, it all feels about the same. Now, was I as excited playing through Guacamelee 2 as I was the original? I would say no, but again, that's kind of more of a sequel, a direct sequel kind of thing. This is more of the first one. It's more. It's just compliment. I'm having tough time talking today. It's a compliment to the first game. It's rare, I think, these days to see something like that, and I think it's a good thing in games where the second one basically throws back to the first one. I think in a sense you don't necessarily need the first one to play the second one, but it definitely feels like the second one is more fleshed out by the information and the style that the first one gives. Overall, again, if you watched my review from yesterday for Guacamelee, you will know exactly how I feel about this game. So there's not really much to say here. I would say I do enjoy the first one more, but again, that's because it was original and fresh and new. And I like that it was such a polished and well put together game on like a first outing for an intellectual property like Guacamelee. That's all I really have to say. So let's just get down to it. Guacamelee 2 gets a B+, and I will see you tomorrow.